Hello, welcome to the TV room. David Bradley here. So what I have here is a Commodore 64 setup. But this is a continuation of testing things. Now hang on, I gotta check. Is this disk drive? Oh, right. This disk drive is not device 8. And I'm not going to change it right now, but basically, at some point I'll do a video on this. It's quite simple. There were these circles on the circuit board, and they were circles, but they had a skinny little line through the middle of them. And if you cut that and violated your sacred warranty, you could change the device from 8 to 9 to 10 or 11, depending on how you cut them. Later versions of the drive had the switches. This does not have that. So anyway, there's no point. Oh wait. Well, first, wait, the drive is not turned on. Yeah, it's device 9. Okay, I will turn it on. But this drive here works fine. This one does not. So we're going to pull off the top. I always get into trouble knowing where to put things. There, we'll put it out of the way there. And we'll have a look-see. Now for this one, I have to unplug this, take this off, and maybe I can set that there. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is just look at all the connections and things. Well, this connector actually appears to be backwards. Not that it really makes a difference. It's just or is it? Well, according to the wires, it was. It was. So, all right. Time to grab my little screwdriver here. I just had it in my hand. Ah, things are falling. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. Let's see here. My phone, my iPhone 6 is kind of, well, it's failing some. Not surprising. Anyway, I like to put it on the battery low mode. I'll stick it there. All right. Oh, let's see here. There we go. Oh, there is the screwdriver. Okay. So, good drive, bad drive. Parts of the drives are simple. Disk drive, circuit board, power supply. Wow. And screws that have been in place for, 40 years can be challenging. They can be. And there's a bunch of them that hold the board in place. But it is good to be secure. Am I missing one? Well, I know I'm missing 2. I'm going to unplug this. All is best when using a screwdriver. Oh, there's one. I thought there was another one. Those screws are tight. Very, very tight. Okay, so there are 5 on the top of the board and 2 on the side. Right here. Oh, man. There are. And they. Whoa, no, 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 no. They take some doing. They all. Well, these ones all. They probably have never been out. Okay, so. We have. We have the board. The good one. Ready to come off. Well, almost. We have to unplug all the plugs, including the power. And then we will set this, a good circuit board, over here in the top of a drive. And here is what we have underneath: the power supply and the drive mechanism. And we know that the drive mechanism is happy. And we know that the board is happy. And we know the power supply is happy. So let's do some more screw removal on this other board. Five screws on the top. Phillips, by the way, they're Phillips screws. Yeah. You know, sometime I really need to just take a whole room. Well, I did take a whole room, turned it into the pet room. Now it's so full, it's hard to work there. Ugh. I must find balance. All right. Now, this one, I'm going to try to take the screws out without putting the drive up on its end. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Sometimes you need gravity and brute force. Wow. Brute force. All right, one more. Tremendous force downward. Turn. And when you hear that snap, you know it's going to be okay. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So we will unplug the power, the LED, and all the other connectors with great care and reverence. Ow, 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 ow. So we can release the circuit board and set it down here. Now this drive, there it is. This has a Neutronics drive mechanism, which I like better because I like the way the door turns. But apparently they go bad more. And when the head goes bad, it's just bad. All right, so now we have a circuit board. So remember, this drive, what have I done here? Works fine. Everything about it is fine. It just seems weird, the way this cord is. Yeah, no. This cord is coming right up inside the board. And it should not. It should be running down through this hole. It should be. I didn't do that. At least I don't think I could have mustered that. Oh man, it's just one of those things where it's not going to make it because it's not going to turn. Okay, hang on here. I really don't want to take the whole thing out. All right, I'm going to take some little pliers. I can't really get my fingers in there. Oh dear. I'll try and get a grip on this connector sideways and pull it. There we are. Without ripping the insulation off the wires. Get it to where it should be. I didn't notice that before. Okay. Back we go. All right. So we put the board in place. We connect the power, but we have no power at this moment. And I think what I'm going to do is put in just a couple of screws, not all of them, to keep it secure. And maybe this one. Okay, come on. Okay, one thing, best not to screw the screws in really tight until you have more than one in position, because then the holes may not line up, and it's important to have the holes line up. Okay, so we're on. So thankfully, the way these things go, these connectors, they pretty much all sort of have, the wires have a memory. They also only, they fit only on the connector they're supposed to be. There is a little lip on the connectors, and that faces inwards, except for the power one. Interesting, but I know which way it was. I'll put it back on. All right, so we have swapped the circuit board on this drive. The power is off. We will plug in and find a cord. And now turn this on. Okay. Now this might be device 8. It is. But does it work? That is the question. So I'll take this disc that I know works. By the way, the drive mechanism we know works. We're testing the circuit board now. Oh, look at that. Lovely. So that worked well. What we're going to do is take this other disc and load the directory of it. And we're going to load perf burn db, which is the version of the program that I have altered. Now we're going to take this disk out and set it very carefully here, and then we will, you know what, reach over here to this bag of disks. I know that this disk on the top was recently formatted. So type in run. It'll do its funny color things that I don't really like, and I'll get rid of. And I'm going to say 1. So we'll do one test and see what's what. All right, my phone is trying to charge. So it does seem to be formatting. It does. That is a good sign. No, that is not wise. No. Oh, you know, there's one thing about discs. Oh, in vast quantities and piles, they will slide. And that is not good. All right. Oh, so while that is doing its thing, I'm going to try and get a look at the head of this disc. And, I mean, just by my eye, I don't see anything terrible here. I don't. Okay. So it's formatting. So the board so far is doing its thing. And that is good. I'm thinking what I might do next, without having to take things all apart. Oh dear. That should not be there. Is to try and connect the drive without taking the drive out. Which basically means I just have to connect these things. I think I can do it. But first, we have to let this thing do its thing. The other thing I was always thinking of doing is this whole opening read file, write file, is I wanted to make it write a whole lot more. And would it mean that it would take longer? Yes, it would. But, and I know the whole thing is just to see, is it going to write, is it going to read, and all that. But I would like to have it do more. Not necessarily fill the whole disk, but a more extensive performance test. Although, you know, this is good. This has done well for a long time. So it is red, it is scratching, it's okay. Now, this is the thing I changed to force it back and forth more times. Which is a good thing, I think. It really does exercise the drive. I've asked it to do this 10 times. And sometimes disk drives that have been sitting around for a whole long time will actually be kind of woken up by this exercise. Okay, 1 passes with 0 errors. Doesn't get better than that, almost. No. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn this off and ponder my next move. So we'll see you again back here testing disk drives that I didn't intend to get that I got. You know how it is. Bye for now.